Alright lads, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with another Championship predictions review video, and it's the last one of the regular season. That is, of course, I'll be going through all the playoffs games as that is happening soon. But just wow, what a game week. Several twists and turns, both ends of the table. Obviously, I don't think anybody saw what happened with Barnsley coming. Obviously, they beat Brentford, as we'll get into in a bit. And yeah, just what a game week. An absolute, it just proves that Champions League is just such a topsy-turvy league. Anybody can beat anybody. It's just an exciting league. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into rounding up the games, see who went up, who went down, and who made the playoffs. On to the first game, took place at St Andrews between Birmingham and Derby County. So I forgot to say in the intro, my score, yeah, it's up there. I got 1 out of 12. Didn't do as great, but I think I got 1 out of 12 3 weeks in a row. But that doesn't matter, really. Let's be honest, a championship is a hard league to predict, and we just need to admire how many good games there were this week. And on to the Birmingham Derby game. Derby took the lead after 6 minutes. Graham Shinney firing a ball into the bottom left-hand corner after it was cut back to the edge of the box. Jude Bellingham then headed onto the bar after Cowley, I think it was, headed back across goal, and Bellingham headed it onto the crossbar. And then in the second half, Birmingham did get their equaliser. Sunjic firing one off his left foot, deflected and in past Ben Hamer, who'd come on for Kelleroos earlier in the first half. But then it took to the 87th minute when Derby pretty much won the game as Morgan Whittaker scoring his first goal for the club on the follow-up after his left-footed shot was saved, and then it bounced up and he headed it into the corner past Lee Camp. But then Derby went and added a third goal. Louis Sibley firing one home off the left foot to secure all 3 points for Derby. Got this one wrong. I predicted 1-0 win for Derby, but obviously the result correct. And the end to a disappointing season for Birmingham, really. On to the first very, very crucial game of the game week, and it was between Brentford and Barnsley, and what a game this was. Barnsley obviously winning this one 2-1, predicted a 2-1 home win for Brentford. Fortunately, didn't get this one correct. Barnsley took the lead after 41 minutes through Callum Styles, who ball came to him just outside the box and thrashed it with his left foot into the bottom left-hand corner, past the keeper, through a couple of defenders as well, so the keeper would not have seen that, or seen it late, really. Brentford then hit the post. Brian Mbuemo, I think, had a shot forced onto the post after it was crossed in, and Walton, the Barnsley keeper, managed to get it onto the post. Brentford, after all their pressure, did eventually get their equaliser. Josh De Silva curling one on his left foot into the far corner on the 73rd minute. A great finish, really. But then that was not the end of the game. In the dying embers of the game, Clark Ador, I don't know how you say it, managed to score the simplest of goals he'll ever score, tapping in at the back post to secure Barnsley promotion and condemn Brentford to playing in the playoffs to fight for their spot in the Premier League next season. On to the only game that I actually got right, and it was between Bristol City and Preston at Ashton Gate. This one I predicted a 1-1 draw, and that is why it's finished as I got this one correct. Preston took the lead on 16 minutes through Sean Maguire, who fired home a one-on-one, just dinking it over Nicky Mainpart in the Bristol City net. A good finish from him. Preston definitely had great chances in the first half. They hit the bar and forced Mainpart to make a few good saves, but though missing those chances would bite them in their arse, really. I don't know what else to say, as Farmer Zizou scored and capitalised on some poor defending from Preston in the second half to get Bristol City an equaliser. Naki Wells then also spurned a great chance to win Bristol the game. He was sort of through one-on-one. He took it first time, but he had time to bring it forward and maybe go through a one-on-one on goal. But in the end, he just hit first time, and it was an easy save for Rudd in the Preston net. So yeah, as I say, this one, both teams could have won it, had the chances, but it ended up finishing as a 1-1 draw. The game was between Cardiff and Hull. Cardiff obviously playing for the playoff spots, and Hull were all but mathematically relegated, and yeah, they needed to win 15-0. I've said many times. I predicted a 2-0 home win for Cardiff for this one. Got it close as Cardiff ended up winning 3-0. Cardiff had a couple of chances. Glatzel missed a few just before they took the lead, as Hoylett dribbled down the left side and fired it across the box into the opposite corner from the left-hand side of the box to give Cardiff the lead. Morrison then headed in just 14 minutes later from a corner in the 34th minute to all but secure Cardiff the 3 points, as Hull, they didn't really show any fight back. They had one chance in the second half, which was saved comfortably by the Cardiff keeper, and then Danny Ward pretty much sealed the 3 points for Cardiff, scoring their third goal on the rebound from a free kick, tucking it past George Long in the Hull net. And as I just say, another abysmal performance from Hull, which just sums up their season really, as they are now relegated for League One. But on the bright side of things, Cardiff, they did secure playoffs with this one, with a good 3 points in this game. Next game was between already promoted and champions Leeds and Charlton, who needed to get something from this game in order to stay up. But as they were playing Leeds are just such a clinical side, and they deserve to go to the Premier League, so it wasn't like they were going to get anything out of it, and they didn't, as they ended up losing this one 4-0. Predicted a 3-1 home win for Leeds, so I got the result correct, but not the scoreline. Leeds took the lead after 14 minutes through Ben White, their centre-half, with an absolute peach of a volley from the edge of the box. Just chested it up, and then just hit a clean volley into the top right-hand corner. Dylan Phillips did get a hand on it, but it was just too powerful for him. Stuart Dallas then got played through by Pablo Hernandez and just prodded it beyond Phillips again to add their second. Charlton then did have a good chance as one of their players went through one-on-one. I'm not sure who it was. Couldn't tell. The footage was a bit blurry. But yeah, he put it past the Leeds keeper but missed the target. And then Tyler Roberts scored Leeds' third goal and secured them 3 points, heading it home from a corner. And then Jamie Shackleton just rubbed salt into Charlton's wounds, steaming through the middle of the pitch, got it cut back from Pervader and just tucked it home in that far corner to add Leeds' fourth and condemn Charlton to relegation to League One. Next match we move on to, it was a huge game at the bottom of the table. It took place at Kenilworth Road between Luton Town and Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, Luton needed to win this one or get something out of it, basically, to stay up. But that did not go to plan in the first 10 minutes as Adam Armstrong slotted the ball into the bottom right-hand corner after the ball fell loose from a corner. And then a Hayden Carter own goal levelled it for Luton. The ball came in from a free kick and it kind of just hit him and went in on the head, just past the keeper, Blackburn's keeper, who just didn't manage to get there. And then another own goal, this time from Bradley Johnson, put Luton ahead. I think this time it was a corner, whipped him towards the net, and it just ricocheted off Johnson into the net to put Luton 2-1 up. Then Luton added a third. James Collins tucking it home from the penalty spot after Harry Cornick was fouled, and then he coolly slipped the penalty into the roof of the net after slipping over, really. Sam Gallagher gave Blackburn some hope of getting something from the game, a nice little neat flick into the top corner, but there wasn't enough. Well, they didn't have enough firepower left in them to go grab an equaliser. But yeah, as I say, huge 3 points for Luton, and they will be playing in the Championship next season. Next game is again between two teams who had nothing really to play for other than Huddersfield, who were all but safe mathematically, but in reality they were probably safe. Conor Mahoney put Millwall ahead after 4 minutes, firing one into the bottom right hand corner off his left foot across the keeper. Colin Grant then got Huddersfield an equaliser 36th minute after being played through. He scored the one-on-one, just chipping it over the keeper. Jake Cooper then headed home early in the second half from a corner on the 47th minute. Yuri Skalak added a third for Millwall, capitalising on a poor mistake from Richard Stearman, who just got the ball caught under his feet, and Skalak managed to race through and finish that one. And then John Daddy Bodvarsson finished the game off, adding a fourth for Millwall in the 74th minute. 79th, sorry, I read that wrong. Slamming the ball into the net, into the bottom left-hand corner, past the Huddersfield keeper. I got the result correct with this one, not the scoreline there, as I predicted, a 2-1 home win for Millwall. This game involves probably the biggest choke of the Championship season. It's Nottingham Forest against Stoke, as you've probably guessed. I predicted a 1-1 draw for this one, but Stoke obviously hammered Forest, winning this one 4-1. Danny Bath gave them the lead. He headed home after a short corner was whipped into the box, and he headed it past the Forest keeper. Tobias Figueroa then equalised for Forest, and everything looked hopeful. He equalised in the 61st minute, a free header at the back post following a corner. And after that goal went in, you're thinking, all right, Forest are safe there. They're not going to choke the playoffs, as they were 3 points ahead and 5 goal difference points as well. But then a drastic turn of events as McLean added a goal for Stoke, tapping in from the back post, and then Lee Gregory, he added a third for Stoke, sliding in at the back post to give Stoke their third goal of the game. And then the goal, and then another goal, an own goal from Nuno da Costa of Forest after Stoke Hampton. He slid in and knocked it into his own net. And it's probably the funniest thing about this is at the end of the, because obviously there's no crowd, and at the end of this you can hear Chris Kamara just scream, "Oh, you're not gonna believe it, Jeff!" But yeah, what a choke by Forest to open the door for Swansea to capitalise and take their place in the playoffs. On to part 2 of the biggest choke, well, sort of anyway, as this is the team that capitalised on Forest's mistake, Swansea. They played Reading. They took the lead after 17 minutes through Ryan Brewster. Sorry, I just don't know my notes there. He scored from, what a goal, 35, 40 yards out, smacked it straight into the top right hand corner. Great finish. Yaku Meite then got sent off for Reading. Stupid had a clash with Mike van der Horn, the Swansea centre off, and he pushed him in the head, pushed him over. Red card, obviously. But then Puskás scored a penalty for Reading after Bidwell fouled one of the Reading players, I'm not sure it was. Took it into the top left-hand corner. Woodman did get a hand onto it, but it was not enough. Routledge then added Swansea's second goal of the game, but they still needed more. Liam Cullen then sliced one into the right-hand corner on his left foot. Good finish. And then Wayne Routledge scored in the 90th minute. This would have been a goal that would have secured them in the playoffs had that own goal from Nuno da Costa not happened. He headed one home to give Swansea their playoff spot, and scenes at the end of the game. I predicted a 2-0 away from Swansea. Got result correct, as I do with most of the games, but not the scoreline. And the scenes at the end of the game, well, it was just amazing to see. They really didn't expect to get in the playoffs, as you can tell by the reaction at the end of the game. The game is between Wednesday and Middlesbrough at Hillsborough. Obviously a frustrating one as Wednesday fans to end the season with. Probably deserved to win the game more than Middlesbrough did, but yeah, predicted 2-1 home win for Wednesday. Middlesbrough ended up winning this one 2-1. They hit the post inside the first 10 minutes. Paddy McNair whipped one, and it was a good effort. Came crashing off the post, and we deservedly took the lead. Harris came with a long running field, led off to Murphy, who dipped inside, who shot with his left foot, deflected and in past the Middlesbrough keeper. Nothing he could do about it. But then McNair equalised for them on the 21st minute. Ball cut back to the edge of the box, and he fired it into the bottom left-hand corner, or on a right-hand corner, sorry. And then Britt Sombolonga ended up winning the game for Forest. Why did I say Forest? For Middlesbrough, sorry. He got the ball, managed to turn, and he fired it towards goal. Wildsmith got a hand on it, but he's just not a strong enough hand on it, similar to one in the Man City game in the FA Cup early in the season. And yeah, that ended Middlesbrough all 3 points. Frustrating way to end the season, but we will just build on the team we got next season. We got a lot of players leaving this year, obviously, like Fletcher. Fox has already left for Rustieri, and now Nuiu, who's been an absolute club legend, been here for 8 years. He's unfortunately gone now. But yeah, not the way we wanted to end the season, but yeah, let's just move on to the next. On to the game which saw West Bromwich Albion promoted. They drew 2-2 at home with QPR in a tense game. I predicted a 1-0 draw for this one. Got the result correct, but again, like most of the games I predict, not the scoreline. Ryan Manning put QPR ahead in the 34th minute. Good finish from him after his first shot was blocked. Came back to him, fell nicely for him, and he fired it across goal, unsavable. From a goalkeeper's point of view. Grady Dean Garner then equalised for West Brom, got through on goal and smashed the ball through Joe Lumley's legs into the far corner to relieve all the pressure on West Brom. And then Callum Robinson on loan from Sheffield United gave West Brom the lead, a second goal in the 49th minute just after half time, tapping in the ball to an empty net, a really easy finish. And then Eberi Eze got a goal back for QPR, fired one into the top left-hand corner, a great finish to earn QPR a point. But in the end, West Brom, they'd have been maybe a bit nervous because they were only drawing in this one. But as you've seen earlier in the video, Brentford did slip up, and West Brom ended up getting back out of the hellhole, really. It's such a tough league to get out of, the Championship, and back into the Premier League. Onto the game, which unfortunately saw Wigan Athletic relegated due to that 12-point deduction. I know at the end of last video, I don't know what I was saying. I kept saying Luton instead of Wigan, but yeah, I apologise for that mistake. Yeah, they needed to win this one, however, they didn't, and unfortunately got relegated. They drew this one 1-1. Kiefer Moore gave them the lead and gave them hope in the 32nd minute. After Fulham had been dominating the first half, cross came in, he headed it past Marek Rodak, who had no real chance of saving this. But then another Kibano free kick, just like last week. He scored a free kick against Wednesday, a clever one. This time it was a routine free kick, whipped over the wall into the top left-hand corner. Another great finish past the Wigan goalkeeper. Wigan, unfortunately, just couldn't find the an equaliser later in the game. I predicted a 2-2 draw for this one, which would have, if my prediction had been correct, would have seen Wigan relegated anyway. But unfortunately, the points deduction is just... It's such a tough thing to take when you finish in 13th in the table and you end up getting relegated. So it's a tough thing to take, but I'm sure we can all bounce back next year and try and get back into the Championship. But yeah, Fulham, as for them, they've now got a playoff game against Cardiff coming up, so they'll want to prepare for that one and win that game. Alright lads, right, now onto the bit of the video I read out the league table, but this time it is the final standings in the Championship table. As you can probably tell, well, it's darker in the background, yeah. Went out to cricket training, come back, just didn't have time before I went to film the ending to this video of reading this out. But yeah, ignore the background, yeah, it's just, without further ado, let's get into the final standings of the Championship table this season. First spot, Leeds United finishes champions on 93 points. Second spot is, in the other automatic spot, is West Brom on 83 points, finishing 10 points behind Leeds. Third is Brentford on 81, fourth Fulham on 81, fifth Cardiff on 73, and sixth Swansea on 70, sneaking into those playoffs. So Brentford will play Swansea and Fulham will play Cardiff in those playoffs. There will be a prediction video for that out for that soon. 7th is Nottingham Forest on 70. They missed out on 1 goal difference, obviously choking that. 8th is Millwall on 68. 9th is Preston on 66. 10th is Derby on 64 points. 11th, Blackburn finished 11th, on 63. 12th was Bristol City on 63. 13th was QPR on 58. 14th was Reading on 56. 15th was Stoke on 56, they climbed the table quite a bit. 16th was Wednesday on 56, but a bit disappointed about that finish as we were so high up in the table. And I might, as you can see over there, I've got a kind of wall chart thing. I might review our season going through all that, and because I've added league positions onto it and everything, so that might be in another video. 17th Middlesbrough on 53, I don't know if I read that out already. 18th Huddersfield on 51, 19th Luton on 51, 20th is Birmingham on 50, 21st is Barnsley on 49, just surviving the drop. 22nd is Charlton on 48, 23rd unfortunately is Wigan, obviously getting that 12-point deduction. They finished on 47 points, and bottom of the table is Hull City on 45 points. So there we have it. They are the final Championship standings for this season. Obviously when the new season starts, I'll be back with more predictions and roundups of the games, but yeah, I've got to find some other content to put out in between that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time I upload. Like a Hellcat.